Good morning to Monday Messages. I am excited to be here today. Actually, I kept watching the clock because I was ready early, which it doesn't happen because last week I could not get this to work. But we've been having a lot of technical stuff with these solar flares, so it is what it is. And but here I am today. So as I was sitting, just with Monday Messages here for anyone who my commitment is showing up every Monday morning and doing this, whether people hop on live and have questions or comments, or whether it's just me talking and bringing to you whatever it is that's come to me. Then it will be what it will be. And this morning, so I have reconnected with something I used to use as a divination tool, and they're runes. So and the Celtic Ogham, and the wisdom of trees in the Ogham is something that I've been carrying with me, sitting with the trees, learning about the energy and the wisdom that each tree carries, and how they're connected to the wheel of the year. So when I pulled the rune this morning for and it's I'm not good at the pronunciation of these, but Eihwaz. So it kind of looks, it goes up. There's like kind of like a half arrow, and then it comes up on the bottom. Okay. So it's like this, and then goes the opposite way. Oh, wait, I'm watching myself. I could just show you in the book what it looks like. That is what it looks like. So I've highlighted a few things here that I just want to read these few things first. So it's the yew tree. And I was like, yes, it's connected to a tree. I am here sharing things I've learned along the way, but also things that I'm remembering because just something I've had to accept about myself and through my life, and I've held shame for it for so long, is that I have a hard time with memory retention when I read. So I read something, I've sometimes got to read it like 6-10 times for it to really kind of stick, and then I may forget it, and I have to. So for me, when I'm learning something, I have to dive in and immerse myself until it's part of me. And then I feel it. I know what it feels like, and then I can remember what the words of that are. It's bizarre, but it's just the way I tick, and something I've had to accept. So I know I've been knocked before, and I don't give a shit but you read from a book. Or you share as I share as these sorts of things because, and quite frankly, I just whatever. I'm not about trying to prove fucking anything. So here I am with the yew tree, and I'm going to read a few things and then tie this all together. So it says, if there appears to be an obstacle in your path, consider that even a delay may be beneficial. And I feel that with this time of year, patience, that word has been coming up for me so much. Last night, I collect cards, like individual cards, because I give them out all the time, from affirmation decks, oracle cards, what you name it. I gift them out. And sometimes when I'm pulling through those, pull one for myself, when those messages hit, I keep them. Last night I was going through, I found this big pile of them, and I was sorting them and putting them in with some other ones, and just flipping through, going, and it was reminding me of where I've been along the way. But numerous of those cards had the word like patience or something similar on them. So it is definitely not a coincidence that this is what's coming up today, whether it be just for me or for all of you. I think it's where we are. So this And when we are in a place of patience, it's a place of non-action. We're not supposed to be doing anything. We're not supposed to be, when we're being patient, like, don't act. Like, here the words are no acting needy or lusting after a desired outcome. And in not so many words, it's more of just don't have a bunch of expectations of, well, I'm just going to be, patience means, riding a shitty situation out until you get what you want, because you're like, all of these things are going to play out exactly like this, right? And the no acting needy, sometimes it's when we're in a place of patience, we want to be where we have to wait, we become a victim. Do you realize how long I have been waiting for this? Do you know how hard it's been walking through all of these things and all of the pile upon pile, coming along with all of this? But really, what's being asked of us in this place is to sit with what is. Where are you at? Whoa, there goes my cat. Sorry. Oh my God, Benny. Oh, you guys, I put this chair here. It's never been here before. And the windows in my house are a bit higher. Because it's an old bank, and so I think that's just how it was. Brick and then higher windows, and so there's this ledge. My cat now, he was obviously leaving the window. He freaked me out. Okay, so now that I'm not startled anymore, I'll get back on here. It says, okay, so perseverance and foresight are called for. This is the ability to foresee circumstances before you act is a mark of a profound person. Now I'm going to close this because we don't need this anymore. We're talking about the yew tree. And in this, then I was like, you know what? I recently got, that's not something I spent, because I don't feel that, I mean, we do, but then we gift them, right? Because I just, yeah, everybody has their thing, and cards are not mine, but I love them sometimes. Okay, yew. So this is the card that I have here with the yew tree on it. And isn't this amazing that there's a light in the center? It's like it's split apart. It is definitely a portal, a passageway. So with this, here we go. Hi, Caitlin. So nice that you drop in. Yay. So I'm talking about the yew tree and just this message with it. So I'm just going to read a blurb about the tree specifically, because this will share or like just help us to see why it came up in the runes. I love putting all of these things together. So it says, this is the message from the yew tree. I can live for many hundreds of years. Like, this is crazy when you look up the yew tree, like 1,000-year-old trees. As my outer trunk gradually dies off, I will grow a new central trunk to supply food to my leaves and branches. I can show you how to regenerate your own life to gain new strength and resilience. Is that not amazing? So working with the energy of the yew tree right now. And the yew tree is also the tree of the winter solstice in the, for the Irish or Celtic, in the Celtic Ogham. It is the last tree in that cycle. And it does represent that waiting, that transformation, the release of that old, and the ending of a cycle. And isn't it fitting that we are at the end of the snake in the Chinese zodiac? Chinese zodiac. And we're going into the horse, so fire horse. And so it is this ending. It's the perfect time here. And seeing this, where the light is in the center here, in that dark. So really, it says, so when I look this up too, the symbolism of the yew tree, it's called the tree of the dead, or the tree of eternity. And it symbolizes resurrection, deep memory, and the endurance of spirit. And I love how this word endurance came up, because when the other word, yesterday I was sitting with last night in meditation, and I was listening to some Tibetan monks with their oming, and so to get myself into space, and that word, it was that word, patience, and just being, because when we are people, and I know for myself, when you're somebody who is in this place of sorry, I just got my brain just went whoo. When you are someone who, like me, and we all have struggles with the mind, but someone who's got mental health, who struggles with mental health more, there's the difficulty in slowing down. And what comes up for some of us is that the struggle, the battle in the mind to keep the body going is more. So what sometimes the extreme things happen that really make us park our asses, and for whatever those things might be. But the important thing is that if you look up the definition of patience, it just has this feeling to it, where patience is about like withstanding, and what's your threshold for the amount that you can hold off waiting until what you want is going to come to fruition. And that is totally different than endurance, right? Like, or that's kind of it with this, the endurance of how, what you hold on for too. But in this process of slowing down, of being, of non-action, of don't make any major decisions, is a place of reflection. So when we are in a place of reflection, the patience that we are required to, or that we're like, how we're meant to be feeling ourselves through this, is by feeling it, witnessing what's coming up in our bodies, observing ourselves, and observing what's happening around us when we hold off on our actions, whether that be in communicating with somebody that you've wanted to, or you've had maybe an argument with someone, or you've had something come up where you're like, I need to distance myself, but your go-to might be the one to always want to fix, or always want to extend the olive branch and say, you know what, I know that this person has difficulty with this, so I'm going to do this. Well, if your pattern and your go-to is always that, maybe spirit is just asking you to be patient with the divine timing. Be patient with these things that you going into stillness and non-action and observing everything that's happening around you and how everybody else is reacting. Your patience isn't waiting for you is like, I'm going to hold off until I blow up at this person, or I'm going to hold off. The patience is required, that while you're in that place of being like, okay, this is what's here for me to process. This is what I am meant to be sitting with right now. And maybe the patience is you holding off and you waiting actually drives someone else to do something that is your confirmation that communication needs to be severed. Or maybe that time that you are allowing yourself puts you into this being able to hold a sacred space to allow that other person to process what they need to, and then come to you. You know what I mean? Like or maybe, but regardless of what other people do, regardless of what they do or don't do, your space of patience and inaction and processing and observing yourself, everything that's coming up, it's like standing up on the mountain and looking around at everything, all of the experiences that have brought you to this space of where you are. And now you're like, okay, here I am. And I like, once you're there, we don't need to bring everything with us. What is it that you even want to bring forward? When we are in a space of death and rebirth, whether it be the death of work, friendship, romantic relationship, just a connection with another, the end with thought patterns, the end of an addiction or something, a bad habit, or something you just want to maybe you just need to wait to figure something out, what to do. But when you're in this space, really be aware of what your mindset is in it. So it says here, I want to see, so yes, the yew tree, known for its extreme longevity, living up to like thousands of years, ability to regenerate as branches can root form new trunks. Like, this is different than other trees, right? So this is a powerful, the yew is used as a powerful, like, when I say divination, working with the energy of this tree, the wisdom of this tree. It marks the ending of a long phase. And this represents so much, even on a global scale for all of us, of having to look at things differently in the systems, in our world, and how we all live our lives. And so there's great change coming. And it's very important right now to connect to ancestral wisdom, to connect to the higher self, to the messages beyond the logical or the conditioned mind. And that's what we're being called to do here in this phase of because as much as right now new beginnings are coming, and if we want to look at it, I say our modern day calendar, where the turn of January 1st, all of a sudden everybody's feeling like it's this new year. But I mean, particularly us here in the cold climates, I mean, when we go in, we're not meant to be right now with what's happening just with weather. Where are we in the seasons? The birch tree is the next tree. It's the first tree in the Celtic Ogham, and birch is the tree of new beginnings. And so as much as that is its new beginnings here, this is also, there's some words I feel like I'm meant to go back to. And what is this? It is, I have to read it, you guys, before I go. The ability to foresee consequences before you act is a mark of the profound person. So, yes, just perseverance, foresight, like foresight to see, hey, if I continue in this way, in the way that even in the small things, like, there's nothing wrong with forgiveness and being that one to extend the olive branch. But if you are always the one who is doing that, and you are the one who's constantly trying to fix or shift a situation, then maybe you need to look within, and that is the control and the inability to release that hold and have faith in divine and trust that everything is as it's meant to be, and that you are required to slow down for a reason and to really observe your actions right now and how you want to proceed moving forward in your life in 2026. In, like, honestly, like, I just feel in a lot of the messages that come through with people, for people, that it's like why, like, what else are you waiting for? Like, honestly, for people, why do you want to even repeat cycles that you are just absolutely frustrated with? Why do you want to move on in your life with things that you have been injecting and immersing yourself in, that have literally been, like, I say literally, I hate that fucking word, put in stuff, because it's not okay. When you are allowing, by your own actions, allowing the situations around you to deplete your personal power, your energy, we are all made of energy, and the where we put ourselves physically, how we deal with it mentally, who we have in our lives, and why, and how the only thing that we can control is us. And right now, what's being required, whether you think it's possible or not, in whatever way you can do this, because my schedule and my life is different than yours and my neighbors and all of my friends and family, and everybody has a different situation. So what's here collectively is really about you applying which parts of it speak to you. But if there are things that kind of hit you and you go, well, I don't know, or I don't know if I agree with that, just ask yourself, why is it rubbing you in the way that it's rubbing you? If it feels, maybe that's worth exploring. And I'm not saying here or there what it is. I'm not going beyond this message of the you. Go within you. That was cheesy cheese ball that I had to throw in. Sit with you, really, and be, and see what it is, what it feels like to be. I'm here, and allow the things to come up. Observe this checkpoint that you have to see what brought you exactly to where you are today, so that you can assess, observe, be in a space of, when we say non-action, I guess we're still doing things, but not outwardly doing and taking steps other than being within and being still, right? And your action is just doing, allowing and observing, processing. And it's not about right now thinking about where you are wanting to go. That's not what this is right now, because you really need to have faith. You have to. We all have to. But in the best way possible, in whatever your life circumstances are. And if you are watching this message and have gotten this far, thank you. But also, this isn't about me. That you're here because you're meant to hear this, because there's things for you moving forward that you may not have any clue as to what they are. You don't, when none of us do. And so be well, be in this space, and be you authentically. Not attaching yourself to any outcome. or what you want or feeling bad, or just allow that to come up, observe it, and trust and go, I know being in this space of attaching to this endurance of I'm in this for a little longer. I'm here, and then this will become clear, but I need to go here first. So that's what's here. And I feel like I'm just going to be repeating myself if I continue. So have a beautiful week, and we will see you next Monday. Same time, same place. And now I have to stop this and stream.